Hello and welcome to A Deeper PTE. In this video, I'm going to share with you one of the many psychic moments I've had over the years. This story will be slightly familiar to some as it relates to my post-college ex that I mentioned in another video on my main channel. I'll link it below. I will change some details so as to protect the innocent and not so innocent. Now, let's go back in time. I met my post-college ex through a mutual friend in my hometown and state. Our connection was instant and immediate. I remember spending almost all night talking to him on the phone shortly after we exchanged phone numbers. We began dating and in total dated for about 4 years. About halfway through our relationship, he made the decision to move out of state about 4 hours away. Naturally, I was sad, but he made it a point to keep our relationship afloat. We often met in the middle, in between the two cities. After he had been gone for about a year, he started making the suggestion that I move to where he was so we could be closer, start spending more holidays together, and save money on all the travel back and forth. I'd never been propositioned like this before and wasn't even considering a move at the time. It seemed far-fetched, but I did love this man, and he had been very consistent. Plus, I wanted to leave my hometown, so it seemed like an all-around win-win for me. So I started half-heartedly job hunting in the city where he lived, not really believing anything would turn up. Well, much to my surprise, I got an offer at a fairly decent company. With that offer, I was able to secure a sight unseen apartment and from there set my moving date. As a sidebar, I under no circumstances planned to move in with him. My plan and agreement always was to maintain my own place until things got truly official, aka a ring and a marriage date. But I digress. Fast forward to about 4 months in between the time he made the suggestion and the time it came for me to actually move. During that time, he was growing more and more excited and expressing such. As my moving date approached, he'd reach out for logistical updates so he could meet me when I arrived. And he did. He met me, he helped me move in a few things, and then we went for dinner afterward. It was an all-around great day. Then, the most unusual thing happened. He completely disappeared. In the days following my move to the city, he became harder and harder to find until I couldn't find him at all. No returned calls, no return texts, and he wasn't at his house. I thought the man had died. Now for the psychic part of this story. In a daze and very confused, I was milling around my new apartment one day when out of nowhere something said to me, "Check the baby registries." I froze in place and thought, what? Baby registries? What does that mean? I hesitated for a few minutes thinking it was ridiculous. Then I grabbed my laptop and Googled his name along with the words baby registry. And right there on my screen, his name popped up along with his ex's name and their baby's birthday, which was the exact same weekend I had moved to the city. So basically, he had had a baby the same day I moved into town. He went missing because he was a new father and expected to be present with his newborn daughter. And when I saw this, I screenshot it and went on a tirade via email, text, voicemail, any means that I could find. And I never heard from him again, even to this day, and it's been 10 years. I am happy to report that the move itself turned out to be one of the best things that ever happened in my life. I've had incredible opportunities in my city, I love the city itself, and I have truly grown as a person. So when I think back on the whole entire situation, I think God used him to get me to move out of my hometown. Very strange way to go about it, but it worked. So that's my psychic story. It's not the first time something like this has happened, and it also hasn't been the last. I often find myself saying things in passing or even as a joke that turn out to be true. I also often just know things without being told or ever having seen it. Just like with the example of the baby registry. I have no idea where this ability comes from. Let me know if you do, and let me know if you like stories like these. I'll be sure to share more of them as I remember them. Thanks for listening, and be sure to share your psychic stories in the comments down below.